All right, welcome back, everyone, to Corsace Open 2023 runoff bracket weekend. It is our fourth and final of the first round of the runoff stage matches. We've got Team Ala Gaming versus Team Blue Pants, which will determine the last team to advance to the second round and punch their ticket into the bracket stage. They'll determine tomorrow, of course, the final standings of the runoff bracket. The winner of this match will go up against Fuka Motor, who won earlier today over Grease Monkey Deluxe in what was on paper a little bit of an upset. I'm T1G. I'm going to be joined by Dio. I'm not sure if he's back yet. He ran AFK for just a brief moment, so we're chilling here for a couple minutes while we get the teams in and get the ban phase underway. We shall introduce the rosters briefly here while we wait for him. Ala Gaming, red team. Oh, there's Dio. Ala Gaming, red team. There's Dio. There's Dio. Hi, Dio. Welcome back. Ala Gaming versus Blue Pants. Thoughts on this matchup?
Thoughts are this matchup's pretty close on paper. Maybe Blue Pants scale better than Ala Gaming. We will see. Bad thing for Ala Gaming is the DT pool is not a real DT pool. There is the DT3, which is aim control, and the DT1, which is 225 BPM aim consistency. So we're actually going to see double DT bans, one on the speed, which is a very good ban for Blue Pants, and one on the aim control, which is a very good ban for Ala Gaming. And I'm expecting Ala Gaming to try to pick into some of the more mechanics-focused maps, perhaps. They had pretty rough scores on the no-mod pool overall, with pretty much every no-mod going in the favor of Blue Pants, aside from no-mod 5 last weekend. Both hidden maps going the way of Blue Pants last weekend, and the Hard Rock 2 going the way of Blue Pants last weekend, if you just compare their average scores across all of their maps. So Ala Gaming definitely want to pick into kind of tapping mechanics, speed stuff, of which there's not all that much in this pool, honestly. I think the No-Mod 2 this weekend is a lot better for Ala Gaming, being 200 BPM more stamina focused than last week's Tech Stream 175 BPM No-Mod 2, so that is going for them. Same for the Free Mod 1, it's a little streamy, a little speed gatey, but honestly a lot more techy than last weekend's Free Mod 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, plus, I mean, even like the Free Mod 1 is only 210 BPM, right? So there's not like a raw speed like a traditional No-Mod 5 map in this pool, and once you get rid of DT2, it's like there's no speed left. I mean, literally...
That's the only speed map. That's it.
Yeah, there is no other true speed map. The No-Mod 2 is 200 BPM. The Free Mod 1 is 210 BPM. Like, there's just no speed in this pool. So if you're a team that wanted to pick speed, I'm sorry, you're kind of out of luck here with this particular pool, which, as you were kind of alluding to, definitely works a little bit in Blue Pants' favor. Plus, that roster has players that are really good at like other skill sets. Like Decaton can just come in and do basically anything. Guys like Razorfruit, etc., can come in and do some of the more niche skill sets. Whereas if you are a team that wants to pick into speed, you're just not there. Also,
Almighty Door, Dingleton, Razorfruit, Gaby is like so scary on any of the aim control maps or tech maps in this pool.
Yeah. And it looks like we have a DT1 first pick, so they are going to still go into that DT with the one remaining DT map available in the pool, but it's literally 10 BPM slower than the No-Mod 1, which is not something you see every day. A DT1 that is lower BPM and lower star rating than the No-Mod 1 in the same pool. I don't feel like that's very common, and yet here we are. And I think we're just getting into it. I don't know.
We are
hard.
Indeed getting into it. We don't see the map right now. We do not see the client, in fact. Stream is not viewing the client right now. But you can see the scores are pretty even for both teams. Okay, there we go. So one early break for each side. Pinkus and Almighty Door both having broken. Another break for Suzuha on the side of Ala Gaming. So that is not good for the team first picking this. Blue Pants with a little bit of a combo lead going into the first KI time here.
Yeah, it's minimal, but it is there. It'll pull the lead their way eventually. A little bit of an accuracy lead, and by a little bit, I mean about as much as you could have at this stage with a 96, and a 97-90, plus a break from Kama over on the Blue Pants side. Meanwhile, you have those high 99s on Wispy Flamesteer and Suzuha, despite Suzuha's earlier break. Combo advantage goes their way pretty heavily, with Kama and Gaby both breaking. already almost halfway through the lead. Not huge. It's what, 130, 140k, but it's going to continue to grow. And there's a triple reset. Okay, that's doom, kind of.
Little bit doomed for Blue Pants now. Wispy, Pincus, Flamestear all still on the full combo. Well, actually, Pincus on a reverse choke. Suzuha also about 150 combo back from that FC. So big combos all around for Ala Gaming, and less than a third of the map left to go. There's probably not a world where Blue Pants win this. Another reset for Razor Fruit, and this is just kind of over already. Jorida. Ala Gaming is just kind of beast moding it. Suzuha will miss again and will be the low score for Ala Gaming, but Wispy and Flamestear are still holding on to these FCs. I feel like these guys kind of fly under the radar a little bit, but Flamestear and Wispy, Flamestear especially recently, have really been popping off in a lot of USA national and regional tournaments. North America tournament, USC, Rust. So Flamestear has really been making a name for himself this year in tournaments. 4-digit World Cup as well for Flamestear. And Wispy has kind of been around in the 4-digit scene for a long time as this all-rounder who's really, really good on hidden stuff, but can play anything. And you see just how much it adds to this roster. Full combo for Flamestear, 1 million score for Pincus, 900k for Wispy. Even the lowest score for Ala Gaming and Suzuha is still better than 3 out of 4 players on the side of Blue Pants. So definitely a very, very good team score for the red team this time around. Good first pick.
Yep. I mean, you kind of saw it coming with the DT bans and knowing that this team was going to want to go into this sort of mechanics type of pick, even though it's not speedy. It's definitely, DT aim. So when exactly how they would have liked it to go, the question is, where do they go from there? Because there's not a lot, I
Nomad
like it.
Hard Rock
They go Nomad one Hard Rock one, I guess, if they just want to pick raw aim. Yeah. But we're going to go into the first pick from Blue Pants, and I'm very curious to see what direction they choose to go in as a team with a very different skill set. And I believe it looks like it's going to be a free mod. We're going to be seeing free mod 2 here. So it's going to be Endless Desire, which is CS 5.2 AR 7.8 as I double check that latter stat. So low AR, small circle, the traditional anti-mod pick here. Going a completely different direction are Blue Pants from where Ala Gaming chose to go with their first pick.
I will say this pick makes sense in terms of the metadata, not as much sense in terms of the actual skill sets that it's testing. Very different from the Free Mod 2 last weekend, which was very flow aimy, very alt heavy almost, even though it was 170-ish BPM. This one much more focused on just raw aim mechanics. Yeah, there's some overlaps and some linear awkward aim and stuff, but I feel like it's a very similar style of map to something like the Hard Rock one this weekend, which maybe bodes well for Ala Gaming, but you're going to have to, if you want to really take advantage of that, potentially overmod Hard Rock, and I think that might be what we see from the red team this time around. Probably Wispy on the hidden, and then maybe an overmod Hard Rock with Flamestear, Pincus, Coda filling out the roster, maybe one of them going Nomad. Blue Pants, on the other hand, do not need to do that. They have a lot of really good low approach rate reading players on this team who will be completely comfortable with either hidden or Nomad. Caleb included in that as well. Very good low approach rate reading player when it comes to some of the maps that look like this. A little surprising to not see him in for this, actually. It is going to be Gaby on the hidden, comma on the Hard Rock, and it will be an overmod Hard Rock for Ala Gaming, but Wispy Nomad and Coda on the hidden.
Yeah, kind of similar to expected, but not quite to the level of overmod as you may have thought would possibly make this a little more comfortable for Ala Gaming. Very interested to see how this goes with double Hard Rock as the early hidden break comes out from Coda. An early trade from Kama, so one modded player down per side, and also an early break from Gaby right at the start. Pincus following it up. I feel like there may be many more breaks on a map like this than there were on the DT1. This is a little bit less comfortable for basically anyone. And there goes Almighty Door, traded with Pincus, but that is actually... Well, it doesn't really do anything. Flamestear also, yeah, so it really doesn't do anything. Flamestear going again, so it's just Wispy against just no one. I mean, it's Gaby and Kama both are combo. Okay, all right, it's Wispy versus Kama. Okay, yeah, this is just Break City. Left, right, and center. Nobody can hold any sort of combo, and Wispy is going to be at a good spot because he's a player who can actually, I think, do well in this even with Nomad, showing that off, keeping the only full combo, I believe that's with FC, in the lobby, and it's working at kind of chipping away at this lead, but unfortunately, the team not really helping him out.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a really solid score for Wispy, and I like the strategy from Ala Gaming. Put your carry player on Nomad instead of on the hidden, but unfortunately the Hard Rock supporting scores are just not there. You have Flames Terror on like 200 combo, matching Gaby's hidden combo, but Razorfruit's combo is unanswered, and Kama is close to almost matching the score from Wispy due to 99.5 accuracy on Hard Rock. Yeah, that is kind of absurd. Razorfruit on the Nomad also on a really good combo, and 99 AC as well means that this FC from Wispy just can't do the work that Ala Gaming need it to do in order to take a break point. And Blue Pants looking good on this first pick, but still within reach of Ala Gaming. There goes Flames Terror though, and unless there's a couple of extra breaks to come out of Blue Pants, this one is probably going to be a runaway score lead now. Oh, that's a full team reset for Ala Gaming. Goodbye. Nice first pick for Blue Pants as well.
Yep. Both teams working well within their own skill sets with their opening picks of this match, though it is a full team reset at the end here for Blue Pants. It's not going to affect the outcome in any way. It's just going to make the score maybe ever so slightly closer. But a good team-wide performance. Again, this one, what's that, nearly 400k, and Blue Pants, despite only having one score over 600k, it was more than enough because it was just those backing players having better scores overall. Kama almost 100k better than the top score on Wispy with a score that I will not mention on the Ala Gaming side, but just a better team-wide performance and a 1-1. Both teams, good job on their first picks.
Yeah, nicely done. 1-1 for both teams. 400k for Blue Pants doesn't seem as dominant as the first pick for Ala Gaming, but still a really, really high percentage team score gap for Blue Pants in comparison, so very nicely done. Nomad 1 or Hard Rock 1, you thinking, for this next pick? Because I feel like those are the very straightforward picks you may want to go for.
I think it's Nomad 1 just because of the higher BPM. It's a little more similar to the DT1 BPM, so I think that would be the expected direction to go here. And it is indeed going to be the Nomad 1, so no surprise there. We go AIM DT into AIM, higher BPM Nomad, 7.25 star Nomad 1 with 236 BPM, AR 9.6, etc., etc. It's quite fast by Nomad 1 standards.
Yeah, definitely. 235, 236 BPM for Nomad 1 is pretty fast. Another thing that I think makes this map a little better than the Hard Rock 1 for this team, even though AG is really good on Hard Rock, is the fact that Hard Rock 1 is relatively awkward, lots of linear jumps, lots of overlapping patterns in that map. So not exactly a super straightforward Hard Rock 1 like this team might prefer. And so going into the Nomad 1, even though there is a little bit of wide angle awkward jumps in this, it's mostly straightforward aim, very similar in style to the DT1, in addition to the BPM being pretty similar. So you're not going to find much more of a straightforward next pick for Ala Gaming in this pool. And after this, if they do win both of these, I think it'll probably just be the Hard Rock 1 ban from Blue Pants. Can't imagine they'll go anywhere else for that next ban if they do win both of the other AIM picks in the pool. Just banning out the last remaining one seems pretty stock standard. So yeah, just waiting on this Nomad 1 roster to come through. I think it'll probably be very similar to what we saw on the DT1. It is, in fact, the exact same roster as on DT1 for Ala Gaming. So yeah, no surprises here. Again, Wispy, Flames Terror, Pinkus, Coda for Ala Gaming, Razorfruit, Kama, Almighty Door, and Gaby for Blue Pants.
Yeah, I think it should just be another solid pick here for Ala Gaming based on what we've seen of the skill sets in the first couple picks. I think things will actually get interesting in the second half of this match after the second set of bans come through if Ala Gaming do end up winning this one. Early break from Door as well. Because that's when they'll start to have to pick a little bit outside their comfort zone. But if things keep up, with their first two picks being very, very comfortable both, then, it'll be interesting to see the teams have to change things up a bit later on. But a lot of map here to be played. Obviously, 4-minute long Nomad 1 with an early break from Coda. So we'll have this one to see if Ala Gaming can keep the aim consistency up.
Yeah, a couple of early breaks for Blue Pants will keep it close. Another slider break from Almighty Door, who had a really weird miss-aim on a slider earlier on in the map as well. Razorfruit going to drop the second FC for Blue Pants during this first Ki time. Actually, third FC, as Gaby's also on a reverse choke right now. So it's just Kama on the FC, Gaby on the reverse choke, versus 3 FCs remaining for Wispy Pincus Flames there on the side of Ala Gaming, still holding strong. It's kind of what we expect, though, after that DT1. I mean, there's, there goes Gaby. That's the last, one of the last 2 big combos for Blue Pants. Only Kama on the FC versus the 3-way FC still intact. And, it's looking pretty one-sided right now, about halfway through the map. Very good accuracy on all of these full combos as well. No trouble holding on to a good act for any of these members, as Flames Terror looking to complete the double full combo on both DT1 and Nomad 1. Wispy Pincus not too far behind. I mean, this is a really, really solid start for this roster. There goes Kama as well, and that is going to be a 3-way FC versus no combos on the side of Blue Pants. Yeah, you have some better combos for Razorfruit and Almighty Door, but Coda still has a better combo than either of them, and you have 3 FCs for Ala Gaming right now, who are just, once again, beast moding the aim mechanics picks.
Yeah, and something I just realized, where's Decaton?
Yeah.
We're 3 maps in, including 2, like, straightforward mechanics picks, and we have not seen Decaton.
Yeah, it's aim mechanics picks
like
as well,
raw
not
aim,
speed or stream mechanics.
Yeah, just raw aim mechanics and no Decaton. In discussing who the likely winner of this match was, I think it hinged heavily on Blue Pants having their best player. So if he is not here, then my prediction of them winning this match in a closely fought battle really gets thrown right out the window.
And apparently he's not online right now. So even with every full combo gone from Ala Gaming, doesn't matter. They still have a 560k score lead. Not going to matter whatsoever because there's no recover combos on the side of Blue Pants. And so, this is a quick 2-1 start to the match for Ala Gaming. Even if Blue Pants don't have Decaton, I think they still win most of the gimmicky aim control maps in this pool. So they're probably still safe on those picks. I think what it does is make it so that breakpoints are just that much more difficult for this roster to take, though, which means maybe tiebreaker, maybe not. We'll see. Bit early to call that.
Yeah, I mean, at like a potentially projected 2-1 here, I don't really want to go quite that far out into the future, but it's definitely going to... Yeah, calling tiebreaker right now. Both teams are just going to win all their own picks. I think it will be a situation where, especially, well, I was going to say in the second half of the match, it almost becomes easier for Ala Gaming to get breaking points, but actually, once they run out of the aim stuff, it might be easier for Blue Pants even without Decaton, so very much still up in the air, but having him gone hurts them on maps like this, and we see what happens here. 600k victory for Ala Gaming, very comfortable first 2 picks for them.
Yeah, not a lot else to say about these first couple of picks. I mean, the worst score for Ala Gaming is still almost the same as the best score from Blue Pants, so you're going to expect this to be pretty good. I think with the Overmod Hard Rock on Freemod 2, a Hidden 2 pick next is very, very good for Blue Pants. Yes, you had Wispy, for example, doing really, really well on the low approach rate Freemod, and Coda able to play it with Hidden, but the fact that 2 of their other members took Hard Rock should tell you something about this team's overall comfort on that lower approach rate, but they're going to go for Nomad 5 instead. This is still kinda aim control focused, but it's all really fast, really long sliders with slider ticks. This is kind of what you expect to see in the Nomad 4 slot of a lot of tournaments nowadays. That slot is now replaced with a lot of tech streams in this map this weekend. This one focusing on all of the slider aim stuff that goes to the wayside in that Nomad 4.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking, so I apologize. I like this as like this is just the direction this match is going, I guess, right? Like Blue Pants just picks Skimmick and Ala Gaming just picks mechanics, and when we go into non-mechanics Nomad 5s, it's just like, hey, we can pick this now. So we're gonna have Razorfruit, Commodore, Gaby, Wispy Coda, Pincus, Flames tier. And I think Blue Pants really need a comfortable win here. The way that both picks have gone for Ala Gaming, like it would be really good for them for this to be as comfortable as the Ala Gaming picks were for their side. So hopefully tech streams work out well. It is an early break from Kama, but it's an early break from Flamesteer, as well as an early break from Door.
The stack slider stream is harder than it looks.
There goes Gaby also, as well as Coda. It's Razor Fruit against the World. And the World is actually just Wispy with Pincus and Flamesteer a bit behind. Make that just Wispy.
Just Wispy.
It's just Wispy as 7 players break.
Yep. This is the danger of picking this map. It's so easy to break on. Coming in at a whopping 7.5 on the OMG4's map discomfort scale, the 4's scale. Really, really tricky tech map with, as you can see, really, really high SV sliders all over the place. You have no more combo lead, though, for Ala Gaming as Wispy breaks there right before the break in the song. Just the accuracy alone, though, for Wispy is almost carrying this team, if not for Kama, at near 96% accuracy as well on the side of Blue Pants. And that combo for Kama is going to be really instrumental for Blue Pants to win this pick. A lot of BPM changes in this, and a lot of really tricky patterns. Despite that, a lot of playtesting on this pick to try and make it as comfortable as possible while still preserving this kind of really, really tricky style of super high velocity slider tech. Almighty Door going to miss again on this pick, though, right before the drop. It's Coda and Pincus versus Kama with a good supporting combo on Razor Fruit and Gaby. There goes Coda. So 3 combos to none now as Pincus drops as well. And for the first time this map, score lead on the side of Blue Pants.
Yeah, that was exactly what they needed, keeping at least a couple of their combos up while Ala Gaming succumbed to a few misses. It is the Kama show at 650 combo, nobody else in the lobby over 270. And Almighty Door just barely behind Wispy, so, you know, keeping that combo relatively even for Kama to just do even more work with this large combo that he is holding on to. Just about a quarter of the map left to go here. The score is still relatively close, but I just don't feel that there's going to be the combo lead that Ala Gaming would need to try to bring this one back in the very end. They would need a full reset from Blue Pants, and they would need to hold on everyone, which they're doing about half of that, but they're not getting the other half, unfortunately. So it looks like we're going to probably be seeing a 2-2 headed into the middle section of this match with the next ban phase.
What is Kama's accuracy, by the way? He's almost at 97% AC on this map. Razor Fruit will drop on that super long slider. Same for most of the rest of the lobby. It's Door, Gaby, Kama. Door and Kama do break. Gaby does as well, but it's only Wispy with combo and just a little bit of the map left, so no danger here for Blue Pants to give this over, and it's going to be a relatively convincing point, mostly off the back of this 600k score from Kama, 97 accuracy as well by the end of the map. Just actually ridiculous. Most people are hovering 93, 94, and that's considered good AC on this pick. So a lot of players with relatively good AC in this lobby, but Kama in a league of his own at that 97. That is comfort if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, Kama's AC has just been really good in general, it feels like. Keeping up 97 on that map is on an absolute other level, but he is not doing anything that is too surprising of him based on how he's been playing this match so far. That score is really, really impressive, though. 626k with nobody else in the lobby over as the screen flips to where I don't know what the other, hang on. Nobody else over like 400k, I think. Very, very impressive. Let me scroll here. Yeah, 626k, next highest 430k. So there's one player at 439k, nobody else over 350k. So early stage going as you'd expect. I think both teams picking into their very specific skill sets. You know, the Blue Pants going into the more gimmicky maps, Ala Gaming going into the aim mechanics, both winning both of their picks fairly comfortably. Now we go into second ban phase. You expected the Blue Pants second ban to be Hard Rock 1 after the double aim wins for Team Ala Gaming, and it is not. It's instead going to be Nomad 2. So they're going to get rid of the other tapping map, though that is a 200 BPM. It's not like a speed tapping map. It's just a Nomad 2.
I mean, I do think this ban is fine also. You have players like Flamesteer who are really, really good on 200 BPM streams and flow aim on the side of Ala Gaming. Suzuha as well, I think, would be really good on that map. It's going to be the Hard Rock 2 ban for Ala Gaming, though, which I think is kind of curious. I would have expected something like the Hidden 2 or maybe a Hidden 1 from them. Maybe saying, no, we can still contest. We have good enough strong players on those maps that we don't really need to ban them out. Especially as this Hard Rock 2, I think, is more like flow jump aim focused, and it's going to be a next pick Hard Rock 1, so even more curious that they're banning out Hard Rock and then picking it right afterwards. But I guess just saying it's not mod comfort, it's skill set comfort. And 3 picks in a row, 3 aim maps in a row for Ala Gaming as we get into their next pick of the Hard Rock 1. This one is a little bit different compared to the Nomad 1 DT1. It is still pattern aim style, even though it is kind of aim consistency. And there's a lot of circle bursts at the end of the courses, so if you're not prepared for those, you may end up getting jump scared a little bit. This map is still relatively normal BPM at 200 BPM, but fast enough on those bursts that you might just miss on them if you're not prepared for it. So we'll see how this one ends up going for Ala Gaming. Blue Pants, on the other hand, I think going to be a little bit more comfortable with the pattern aim style on this rather than just the pure aim consistency that we saw on DT1 Nomad 1. Let's get into the Enon Hard Rock aim map here in the runoff bracket. Don't be confused by the weekly care at the bottom there. That is actually not weekly. Well, I guess that's a name.
It is weekly care. It is daily care.
It's just Enon. That's a name.
Yo, that would be a cool like mapping collab. There'd be like daily care, weekly care, monthly care, yearly care. Other
Decadely
unit of
care.
time care, decadely care, centuryly care,
Perhaps.
and still no Decaton, so still no aim mechanics true standout player for Blue Pants, which means advantage will remain on the side of Ala Gaming on paper. Early break from Flames tier. There was an early break from Gaby as well, though. So 3 FCs to 3. Slight combo advantage by literally like 40. Nothing meaningful. Accuracy gonna be interesting to keep up with these like buzz sliders and quick triples and kick slider jumps. As you see, Almighty Door breaking on a buzz slider, as if to underscore my point. So we'll see how well the consistency keeps up for the players throughout the rest of the map. Almighty Door, I feel like we talked the other day in USC about Almighty Door struggling a little bit compared to expectations over the past couple of years. And maybe the same thing happening here in Corsace as well. So let's talk about him and imply that he's not good anymore so that he can seek to prove us wrong and really raise his game up another level as Suzuha and Gaby trade a break there. It's 2 FCs for Ala Gaming against 2 FCs on the side of Blue Pants as well.
And there goes Wispy, actually, for Ala Gaming. It's now 2 FCs for Blue Pants against just Pinkus on the side of Ala Gaming. Flamestar not too far behind the FC, but that is still combo lead Blue Pants. Accuracy lead definitely with Ala Gaming. Everyone was 98%. Pinkus above 99, still on the full combo as well. But Kama does have that 99 again. Still, goodbye Kama. And there goes one of 2 FCs for Blue Pants. That was kind of their way back into this map, as Almighty Door and Gaby are definitely struggling a little bit compared to players like Wispy and Suzuha. There goes Almighty Door once again.
Wispy
Razorfruit
traded
and
that
Pinkus
one.
on the FCs, Flames Tear and Gaby on the supporting scores. There goes Flames Tear breaking on the stream. Gaby breaks right afterwards. It's FC to FC and only a 100,000 score lead. So this is still anyone's map right now. Breaks all over the place.
Ooh.
There goes Pinkus. And now it's just Razorfruit with the potential to carry this point for Blue Pants and bring them to the first break point of the match.
That was such a huge miss from Pinkus on that little linear aim pattern. Just didn't quite catch the circle with that just slight little motion that he would have needed. And unfortunately for Ala Gaming, that's going to be the lead on Razorfruit's shoulders at the 1100 combo, 400 backing combo on Kama. Meanwhile, nothing going for Ala Gaming at all. 270 combo and Flames tier, the best that they can muster. And Razorfruit just absolutely going off. It has felt like Blue Pants have not had like a standout player in the first few maps of this match. It's been, a team effort on their 2 wins and just the team being overmatched in their 2 losses. But this is one player really putting on a carry performance. Although I guess I should say what was the 600k, so maybe a little incorrect there. They comma on the Nomad 5. But be that as it may, this is going to be a huge carry score from Razorfruit. It's going to be a slider break on the Corsace slider at the end. You hate to see it, but the point is still theirs by a couple 100,000 points. And as you said, that is going to be the first break point of this match. It's going to give Blue Pants, not Blue Points, Blue Pants, a 3-2 lead. It's going to give them the next pick to try and take that to a 4-2 lead. And we'll see if they continue to opt into kind of those gimmick maps that have looked pretty good for them early on in this match.
And I will say, you talk about carry performances. Razorfruit and Kama both scored higher than anyone on the side of Ala Gaming, and Gaby and Almighty Door having a pretty bad time, the two bottom scorers in the lobby. So the entirety of that score lead is coming from just how well the two carry players were able to perform for Blue Pants on that last map in Kama and Razorfruit. Razorfruit in particular with the one slider break choke there at the end of the map. So I want to talk about particular players to lean into. Those two seemingly feeling really good. Kama on their previous win on the Nomad 5, and now Razorfruit joining him with the near FC on the Hard Rock 1. Maybe just lean into the players who are here and feeling good if you are Blue Pants. As Ala Gaming now, the team performance kind of outmatched on that last pick. Again, I think it's kind of a weird position for Blue Pants to be in. You can maybe pick into something like the Hidden 2, but the fact that Ala Gaming hasn't banned that maybe paints it as a bait instead of a good pick. So we might just see them go for something alty or techie, and it is going to be the Nomad 4 tech stream pick here. Kind of a combination of the two. 180 BPM cut streams, slider streams abound in this map. A lot of finger control based sliders as well. And I mean, generally straightforward, but it's still a tech map. It's still going to be tricky. It's still going to be difficult. So good luck to the players on this one. I think Blue Pants has a really good roster for this. Even if they're missing Decaton, I think they still have a lot of very, very good, solid tech players for this sort of map. That said, the members of Ala Gaming have a lot of really good stream aim players, which is one of the main requirements on this map. So I think this is less of a clear-cut win than something like the Nomad 5, even if it is still a good pick for Blue Pants.
Yeah, I mean, I like this pick a lot for Blue Pants. I think based on what we've seen so far in this match, the way that their players have been performing on these types of maps. I mean, we looked at Nomad 5 was only a win by 234K, but the comfort level was definitely there on a couple of their members. Almighty Door easily could have put up a much better score than he did. Kama did put up the best score in the lobby by a lot, and that was also kind of that tech stream with some sliders aspect. So not, a one-to-one copy-paste map-wise, but certainly has its similarities. And some of those scores on the side of Ala Gaming really didn't look that great. So going to need some improvement in these particular kinds of skill sets from that side if they want to get this breakpoint back on a map like this. Though I will say, even just keeping this kind of close into the last picks wouldn't be the end of the world, because if you force Blue Pants into something that's not a comfortable last pick, maybe that would be where you'll find your breakpoint if you're Ala Gaming. But definitely sooner rather than later, you're down 3-2, potentially 4-2 on this pick if you can't find a break. So Ala Gaming gonna be in a little spot of bother if they can't make this at the very least a very competitive Nomad 4 to make Blue Pants think about whatever their next pick after would be. But first and foremost, Blue Pants need to win this to consolidate that breakpoint, take the 4-2 lead. And it is Almighty Door continuing to struggle. He had a lot of trouble in the last map and already breaking early on here, along with Kama and Razorfruit. Flames steer the break for Ala Gaming, but it's now 3 FCs to 1, make that 2 FCs to 1. As down goes Coda as well, but Wispy and Pink is both looking good. Gaby the only FC, and now his is gone as well. This is starting out horrifically for Blue Pants, as Ala Gaming has an FC that is completely unmatched. There is no combo at all on Blue Pants.
Yeah, and even if this FC for Pinkus drops, his 200k score lead and climbing already solidified for Ala Gaming right now. The longer he holds, the better it goes, and Coda and Wispy are on very good recovered combos as well. Coda more than matching the best combo from Kama on the side of Blue Pants right now. As long as Pinkus continues to hold, man, there's nothing they can do. He does finally drop, but it's matched by a drop from Razorfruit. It's still very good combo again from Coda and Wispy on the side of Ala Gaming, with only Kama and Almighty Door on not quite matching combos for the side of Blue Pants. This is still combo advantage to the side of Ala Gaming for now. Another miss from Pinkus will give a little bit of a combo lead over to Blue Pants, but not the miss they need if they want to solidify this breakpoint advantage. Gaby and Flames Terrible trade once again, but as long as Coda and Wispy hold, there go them both actually, and now Kama, Almighty Door, and Razorfruit might just be able to take this back. The score lead is evaporating so fast, already down to below 50k as Kama and Door continue to hold at the end, and it's a 7,000 score difference at the end of the map. They just barely managed to bring it over to the side of Blue Pants.
Kama Act, by the way, carried that. 99.13 S rank to bring it back in the last little bit of combo alongside the team. That is, I mean, that's wow.
I have to call attention to it. Triple 500K for Wispy, Coda, Pincus, all better than the second best score on the side of Blue Pants from Almighty Door. But Flames Terror just having so much trouble on that map. 94% accuracy, 280K, compared to the bottom score being 370K for Razorfruit on the side of Blue Pants. It's the bottom score difference in this case. Yeah. And unfortunately for Flames Terror, he ends up being the reason why his team is not able to win that pick and take the breakpoint right back. It's now 4-2, consolidated breakpoint for Blue Pants. But like you said, All the Gaming made them work for it. It was 7,000 points. It was almost a breakpoint traded back 3-3 here. So you can't necessarily just pick into streamy tech maps anymore. If that was a win by a wide margin, they probably instantly go free mod 1 on the next pick. But they really have to think about it now instead of just being able to very easily pick up the next kind of streamy tech map in the pool. As for AG, well, it was 2 aim maps to start. The Hard Rock 1 pattern aim map did not go the way they wanted. And Nomad 2 DT2 banned out. Maybe you pick the free mod 1 in this case if you are Alla Gaming, considering how similar it is to that Nomad 4. But it's tough to say what is actually a good pick now. I don't feel like you want to pick into the Nomad 3 Hidden 1 style of mapping here, given the DT3 ban early on for Alla Gaming. But there's not a lot else left. It's going to be the Hidden 2 actually picked for Alla Gaming. And
is that just a wispy angle?
I think this is like the wispy Coda angle.
Wispy Coda angle?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure I understand this with the rest of their roster, but those two at the very least will be good at this. I'm a little confused for who their third and fourth, or how well their third and fourth will do, considering it's been just a lot of Pincus Flames tier. We did have Suzuha in for the Hard Rock 1, but like bottom scored it, and Suzuha's not a hidden player.
It feels like it's Uwenpris missing and Decaton missing for both of these teams. We haven't seen either of them at
We also
all
haven't seen
the lobby.
Cal, have we? Have we seen C?
I actually don't think we have.
Not.
No,
yeah, so it's Decaton and C, aka Cal, aka Caleb. I don't know how many names that man has. Also missing. So Blue Pants literally just running with a 4 roster, while Alla Gaming has 5. I mean, either way, I don't think this would be a Caleb map in the first place, so it doesn't really matter.
He's usually in for low approach rate reading stuff. Like when he was playing Resurrection Cup Grand Finals, he was playing low approach rate hidden on that team. So I think he probably would be in,
okay.
But so I feel like maybe it's trying to pick into that. Like, okay, Caleb and Decaton are both missing. Let's pick into that because all they really have is like Gaby Door for low approach rate right now. That said, it's not like Alla Gaming's roster is particularly good at this low approach rate hidden thing. So we'll see how it goes. This map is obviously low AR, very Floim focused, lots of Axel decel streams, lots of stop and go triples in this map, like triples into single taps underneath the same patterns that make it very, very difficult to tap properly, very easy to over tap or under tap a pattern. And it's a Toybot map. It's a very, very Toybot map, if you know his mapping style. So be ready for lots and lots of these really tricky low aim finger control style patterns. Early breaks for Suzuha and Uwenpris is actually here for Alla Gaming. Everyone is breaking. Everyone has broken. It's only Kama. It's just Kama.
Kama is like putting this match on his back, bro. That guy's playing so well. I actually was gonna say that Almighty Door should be good at this too, because that guy's usually pretty good at some of the low AR or at least reading stuff. But a couple early breaks for him as well. But this is settling in here a little bit for Blue Pants. It is a break for Kama, but it's a 4-way reset again for Alla Gaming, which is something that they can ill afford, as they're now down by almost 350k, and we're about halfway through. You're going to start to run into problems building up that kind of score when you have no combo anywhere on your roster, and there's 3 250-plus combos on the other side. Like, that's going to be enough to continue making this lead get even bigger, and we're just going to see another break point. We're going to get to the point of there being no hope left here for Alla Gaming very quickly.
I don't think there is hope. Like, Suzuha's on 90k right now.
Yeah.
They have Windpress
Where is
under
Coda?
200k as well.
Where's Coda?
Everyone on Blue Pants is above 300k already, and no one on Ala Gaming
over.
is. It's just Wispy now.
This is Jover.
This is like absolute demolition, complete mispick from Ala Gaming on this one, as the roster for Blue Pants is able to just quickly tear them apart. Zero combo on anyone besides Wispy for Ala Gaming, and both Kama and Gaby. I mean, Kama's the lowest scorer. He was the one to FC the longest after the intro. It's Gaby with 750k at the end of the map here for Blue Pants. Can 1v, or I think that's
like 1v3.
Not
anyone
quite,
like 1v3. Suzu have Flames Tier and UN Pris.
Yeah, it's not quite 2v4 with anyone on the roster, but it's pretty close. If Kama had 10k more score, that would be 2v4 with anyone on the roster. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. That is not what we want to see. It's match point for Blue Pants, 5-2 up against Ala Gaming with a complete mispick on the hidden 2.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about not having Coda in for Ala Gaming because his internet died, like, it wouldn't have mattered because he would have literally had to FC. He would have had to get. It literally wouldn't have mattered. I don't think he could have made this up on his own, like literally in any way. So yeah, just a mispick. I don't know. I mean, even if he was here, and now it's just multiple match points. It's all kind of match points, and here is probably going to be the free mod 1. I have to figure.
Yeah, probably free mod 1. There it is. So. You win Nomad 5, Nomad 4, you pick free mod 1. I do think this is very much a toss-up, similar to the Nomad 4, especially because it's 210 BPM. It's not like this is a gimme by any stretch, but it is still a little bit favored towards Blue Pants. So I think this pick is fine to go for a little earlier than some of the other maps in this pool that I think are very, very Blue Pants favored. Like the only 2 maps left in this pool after this are Nomad 3, Hidden 1, and both of those are very much Blue Pants maps. So you pick this, even if you lose it, I think you probably win one of the other 2 remaining maps left in the pool. So seems good. This is inspired by the Muya map of the same song, which is too hard for the tournament. So this is going to be the custom free mod 1 instead. All the maps are custom, obviously, but different custom version of this map. Patterning is loosely based on the video associated with this song. So if you do play this in solo, you can play with the video and kind of follow along. And it's definitely a map that fits the playstyle of the mapper. Lots of tech elements with kind of high BPM is the Errol specialty, and still a relatively uncomfortable map. Tons of cut streams, very, very similar in playstyle to the Nomad 4, just 30 BPM higher.
And that's a skill set that Blue Pants has looked a lot more comfortable on than Ala Gaming, as you've mentioned. Like, this is just looks for all the world like it will probably be the nail in the coffin, as it were. But we do still have to get into it and get it going and see, I suppose. That's why we play the maps. We have a crash, I believe, from Gaby, so we will be waiting on him to make it back into the lobby before we can get going. And there we are. We've got Wispy, Suzuha, UN Pris, Flames Tier. It's going to be hidden on UN Pris and Hard Rock on Suzuha. Meanwhile, Hard Rock on Kama, hidden on Gaby with Almighty Door Razor Fruit on the Nomads. As Blue Pants tries to close this out to punch their ticket to the next round of this run-off bracket, Ala Gaming has to try to construct an incredibly unlikely seeming at this point comeback if they want to stay alive. But who knows? This is a very tricky map. Anybody can break anywhere.
Yeah, everyone has broken everywhere. In fact, there are no full combos left for either team. Currently a measly 30k score difference for Blue Pants. That will start to climb as we see another break from Flamestar on the Nomad for Ala Gaming. A little bit higher combo overall on the side of Blue Pants. There goes Gaby. There goes Suzuha to trade it. Big up and down slider stream there. Catches Wempris and Suzuha. So again, combo lead back to Blue Pants. Razor Fruit, Almighty Door, both break there. They were holding the high combos for Blue Pants, but not any longer. It's Kama and Wispy. Kama on the Hard Rock to hold this high combo for Blue Pants now, as Wispy and Flamestar are starting to build back up on the Nomad for Ala Gaming, starting to bring this score lead a little bit back onto the side of the red team. This is do or die for Ala Gaming, by the way. If they lose here, they are out of the tournament. If you win here, you are locked into at least the first round of the knockout stage and the next round of the runoff bracket. Everyone
Wispy
breaks, by the way, besides Wispy, the only player to hold combo through that section and the only player with any combo whatsoever in the entire lobby is going to see it at that break and know that he needs to hold to guarantee this point. He misses on the cut onto that slider head. And now it's 85k in the favor of Blue Pants, quickly climbing once again because of the overall accuracy. Look at the act on Razorfruit, Gaby, Kama compared to any 3 players on the side of Ala Gaming.
Yeah, sometimes you get carried a little bit by your act and a little bit by everything else, and that is what Blue Pants are relying on here. It's doing a lot of work for them. The 96, 95, 95. Only 195 on the side of Ala Gaming, not helping their cause. Suzuha with a pretty solid combo here coming towards the ending, but it's matched closely enough by Kama and Razorfruit not too far behind, so that is going to be enough for Blue Pants. They will hold on, and they will win a bunch of points in a row. That was 2-1 Ala Gaming lead. They did not win another point as Blue Pants just turned on the afterburners and ran away with this match. They will close it out by the score of 6-2. They will advance onward into the next round tomorrow, where they will be facing off now against Team Fuka Motor. And that's actually tonight. Now that I double check that is going to be an evening match for Blue Pants and for Fuka Motor. Well done to Blue Pants. They looked really, really good on a lot of things in that matchup that unfortunately Ala Gaming were just unable to match. This is actually going to become the only quote-unquote upset, I believe, based on the seeding for the runoff bracket round 1. So good job to Blue Pants there. Ala Gaming, thank you for playing. Unfortunately, only having 4 players, having 5. They had 5 players, maybe could have used 6. Don't know if it would have mattered, but it certainly didn't help. And didn't quite have what it took to overcome their opponents, and they are thusly eliminated.
Yeah, that was actually 6v4 in the favor of Ala Gaming with Uenpris and Suzuha.
Oh, yep. Uenpris did show up at one point, right.
So that is the 6v4, still a loss, 2-6 for Ala Gaming as Blue Pants knock them out of the tournament, move on to the next round of the runoff, and also secure a spot in the first weekend of the knockout brackets. They are guaranteed somewhere in the top 16. The next match they have versus Fukamoto is just to determine whether they are 13th, 14th, or 15th, 16th. So good luck to them in that matchup. Hopefully they can secure a higher seed. And for Ala Gaming, thank you for playing. We'll see you next year in the Corsace Open once again. That is it for us for now. Our next matchup is in approximately 6 hours and 15 minutes. That is the 3 UTC Sunday matchup between Fukamoto and Blue Pants. We'll be back here for that matchup, as well as the 17 UTC match tomorrow between Swag Lords and Rubber Conquest. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, T1G, for casting with me. Thank you, Streamer. Thank you, Ref. And we will see you all later tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on where you are, for Fukamoto versus Blue Pants.